Okay, so Super Bowl LVII is over. I'm a video guy. I'm not a Roman numeral kind of guy. It was a good game. And the commercials? Yeah, like most years, the commercials were just not that good, except for one commercial. So I want to show you what I think was the best commercial of the year and 5 takeaways that you and I as content creators can learn from this really cool Super Bowl commercial. But before I get into the 5 takeaways, let's watch the commercial together.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 57. So far, Greg, the game going like you expected?
Yeah, and so far, these teams, they've really...
The first thing is, it's not all about the money. I think this year the commercials ran $6 to $7 million, meaning that's what these companies were paying just for a commercial slot inside the game. Then on top of that, the cost for production. This commercial from Tubi, I don't know what it cost. I'm sure they had to pay the announcers something, and there was some animation. But when you look at the scope of the other commercials, this one couldn't have possibly cost that much. So the takeaway is, just because you spend a lot of money on something like gear, like all your soft little, your cool toys and stuff like that, doesn't necessarily make it better. Number 2, short can be long. Now, I'm not talking about YouTube Shorts. I'm actually talking about a short length commercial. Did you realize this commercial was only 15 seconds? But yet, in 15 seconds, it had a great message that was clear. The sound effects were spot on. The visuals were spot on. It was funny. I don't know if you knew this, but for a long time, don't know about now, CBS promoted their #1 show for years, 60 Minutes, with a 10-second promo every week. 10 seconds. And part of that promo was Sunday on 60 Minutes. You don't have to go crazy long with a concept to make it better. In this case, the 15 seconds was spot on. Number 3, I call pardon the interruption. I think this was at the core, the genius part of the commercial, that they actually interrupted the commercial with a commercial. So it's kind of meta, you know, it was a commercial within a commercial, because you really thought you were watching the game, and all of a sudden it interrupts itself to promote something very slyly, and by the time your brain registered, it's off to another commercial. A lot of times in what we do, we call them interrupts. It's just different things you can do in a video to interrupt. Casey Neistat, I think, does this best, where, you know, he'll cut off a thought, or he'll do something that kind of interrupts that pattern. So again, it triggers our brain that, oh, something's not right here, but it's a really cool trick. Number 4, timing is everything. I think this worked because it was inside the game, inside a commercial break. Like, if you watch this commercial later, it's still funny, but it doesn't have the impact that they ran it inside a commercial break, meaning there was a commercial, this commercial, and then another commercial followed. So you actually thought Fox was going back to the game coverage, and then all of a sudden you realize, no, it's a commercial. So the timing of it was perfect in the fact that they put the commercial inside of a commercial break around other commercials, and it played inside the Super Bowl. I mean, oh, that was so cool. Number 5, why so serious? So look, I think too often we take ourselves so serious. Another thing that I think was so great about this is Fox actually kind of laughed at themselves. I mean, if you watch the commercial again, it's almost like somebody is bored with the game or bored with the coverage that they launch another app to see what else is on. I mean, there's not a lot of companies that will do that, almost poke fun at themselves.